Okay, let's dive right into this explainer. We're going to completely demystify how organizations construct these massive six-story digital fortresses to guard against today's cyber threats. So whether you're actively studying for your CISSP, CISM, or CCSP certifications, or hey, maybe you just want to understand how enterprise security actually works in the real world, you are absolutely in the right place. We're going to break down the ultimate blueprint for modern cyber defense. Now, the crucial point to understand right out of the gate is that modern security, it's never about a single magic bullet. It is a unified strategy defined by multiple layers and multiple controls, all driving toward one ultimate goal, protecting what matters most. You really can't just buy a firewall and call it a day. You've got to weave a net so tight that if a threat somehow slips through one gap, it immediately gets caught in the next. I want you to think of this framework as a literal building. Imagine an attacker trying to break in. They have to muscle their way through 6 distinct floors. We're talking navigating from the human employees and physical lobbies all the way down at the ground level, and climbing up through complex networks and servers just to reach the business applications at the very top. It's an absolute gauntlet. And the entire foundation of this architecture, it relies on this one critical idea. If one layer fails, another layer just keeps on protecting the organization. This right here is the golden rule of redundancy. In cybersecurity, we don't just sit around and hope for the best, right? We actually assume failure is going to happen. We expect a lock to break, so we build backups upon backups to absorb the blow. So here is our agenda for this cyber heist narrative. We're going to cover the defense in depth concept, then people and physical infrastructure, network and endpoint security, servers and business applications, and finally, blocking the attacker's path. Okay, section 1, the defense in depth concept. Let's establish exactly why we need this multi-layered approach in the first place. At the very core of this entire structure sits the absolute ultimate prize for any attacker. We're talking about your organization's sensitive, protected data. Customer records, financials, trade secrets, the whole shebang. Everything we're building here is entirely designed to keep this specific target safe. But think about it. If a clever hacker tries to steal that data, they're gonna look for the absolute easiest way in, right? They usually don't start with some insanely complex code. They start with the tangible world. So what actually happens if our first line of defense is breached by a clever attacker? Section 2, people and physical infrastructure. Let's look at the foundation of our defense. Right at the ground level, we fortify the people layer with security awareness, rigorous training, and really strict policies and procedures. And right alongside that, we lock down the physical infrastructure using biometric scanners, CCTV cameras, and heavy-duty locks. Because honestly, you can have the most expensive software in the world, but if an employee politely holds a secure door open for a stranger carrying a cup of coffee, yeah, you're in trouble. It's a pretty terrifying thought, isn't it? What happens if an employee just gets tricked and an attacker walks right past all those expensive cameras? Well, if the physical and human elements fail, we absolutely need a rock-solid backup plan. And that is exactly where the physical world ends, and our digital perimeter steps up to take over. The attacker might literally be inside the building now, but they are about to hit a massive digital brick wall. Moving on to Section 3, Network and Endpoint Security. So, moving up a bit, the attacker now faces the perimeter. First, the endpoints layer. Think laptops and phones. These are heavily blocked by endpoint protection, device encryption, and strict access controls. And if they try to move through the network layer, they're actively repelled by firewalls, secure VPNs, and IDS/IPS, that's intrusion detection and prevention systems. Basically, they're suddenly trapped in a maze of digital checkpoints. But, okay, let's play devil's advocate for a second. Let's say the attacker is brilliant. They bypass the firewall and actually compromise a user's laptop. Is it game over? Actually, no. They still haven't won the heist because that data isn't just sitting there unguarded. Not quite. Welcome to the inner sanctum. Because immediately waiting for them are the heaviest, most complex, and highly technical doors in our entire 6-story fortress. They've made it upstairs, sure, but the real challenge is just beginning. Section 4, Servers and Business Applications. This is the vault. Right near the top, before they can grab anything, the attacker has to somehow penetrate the servers layer.
And this is heavily reinforced through strict server hardening, relentless patching, and tight configuration management. And if by some miracle they survive that, they hit the top floor, the business applications layer. This is guarded by complex authentication, web application firewalls or WAFs, and robust encryption. It is literally a technical nightmare for anyone trying to break in.
Which brings us to Section 5, blocking the attacker's path. So, we've built this massive fortress. Now let's watch the attacker's journey when they actually try to pull off this heist. As they attempt access from the top down, they are systematically blocked layer by layer. Step 1 and 2, if they exploit an app, the web application firewall stops them, or server configurations halt them. Step 3, if they hit the network, endpoint controls hold the line. And Step 4, if they try the front door, physical and people defenses are right there waiting. It really is a beautiful sequential failure of a cyber attack. Every single time the attack tries to push down towards the prize, it smacks right into a roadblock. The attack is completely drained of all its momentum long before it can ever reach the bottom. And the results of all this incredible effort? Because we utilized structured redundancy across all 6 of those floors, the ultimate prize, your organization's highly sensitive data, remains completely protected. It stays locked away, totally out of reach. So, I want to leave you with this crucial question to analyze in your own environments. If a determined attacker targeted your organization today, which of these 6 layers would hold the line, and which one would crumble first? Look at your blueprint, find your gaps, and fix them. I really hope this explainer gave you a crystal clear visualization of defense in depth. Good luck to all of you acing those security certifications, and keep building those layers.